So there are really just two categories that you need to take care of as a man to be successful, to achieve your goals, to make your life something great. And one of them is what you know, and the second is who you know. Okay, if you get really, really good, if you maximize both of these categories and excel in both of them, so get really good at whatever it is you know, and then increase the quality as much as possible in terms of who you know, right? Know quality people, know high value people, know successful people, know people who can get you in the right doors, who are also well connected. You master those two things, you're set. Now, this is where a lot of men get it wrong, is they think that they need to know people before getting to know a certain skill, mastering a certain skill, but before becoming a man of high value themselves. And I'm here to say that it is really what you know that gets you in the door to be able to then know those people that are high quality, those successful people, the people that you want in your network, right? A lot of people get it wrong, and they think, you know, when they're starting out in their, whatever it is, their journey, their career, in their business, they feel like they need to network a ton and get to know every single person. No, if you focus on becoming a high value person yourself first, and actually knowing enough and basically more than the average person in your industry to then be able to get into the doors of these events and these places where these higher quality people are going to be hanging out, or going on these trips with other people who you know ultimately are like-minded maybe and would just be potentially great people to have in your network. That's how you want to go about it. You want to develop your skills before trying to network with random people, because think about it this way: how are you actually going to be able to provide value to people if you don't know anything about XYZ topic or XYZ industry beforehand? You won't be able to. So I can tell you right now, trying to network and trying to increase your network essentially, and your connections and the level of quality of your connections before actually becoming high value yourself is a complete and utter waste of time. All right, so what you know then allows you to get better in the who you know category. Okay, so the best way to go about it is really just focus on one specific skill, one specific industry. Master it, focus on mastering it, focus on getting as good as humanly possible at that specific skill, and that will naturally get you to a place where you then are able to provide value to these higher value people, quote unquote, right? And basically lead with the giving hand, which will then inevitably make you someone who is seen as higher value, who people want to be around, who people want to invite to certain events, invite on trips, just want to have a drink with maybe, or have dinner with. And that is what's going to actually allow you to increase your network. Okay, so don't go about it the other way around. Make sure that you focus on your own skills first, because you know, high value people, they understand that time is their most valuable asset, but also knowledge is obviously a super valuable asset. And if they know that you can provide solutions or provide them value and basically solve problems for them, right, they're going to want to hang out with you. They just are. What I can assure you is high value people aren't going to want to hang around with someone who's a nobody, someone who has nothing to offer to the table. It's just how the world works, right? The only way you could do that is if you were actually born in a family or born into really wealthy and powerful connections. That's literally the only way that you can do it. And then from there, of course, you can learn a ton by just being in that circle from, I don't know, very young, or from just very early on in your career. But most people don't have that luxury. Most people don't have that benefit. And so, man to man, you've just got to focus on becoming someone who is skilled, developing a skill set or skill sets. All right. Now, there's a few different skills, especially in today's day and age, that will literally set you apart from every single person, 99% of other men, right? Especially when we're talking business. You get really good at anything related to social media, AI, marketing, sales. Marketing and sales have been around for obviously way longer than social media and AI, but they all go in hand to some extent. And you can, within those industries that I just gave there, there's loads of different subcategories that you can become super skilled in that will literally get you into so many high value rooms that it's not even funny. The blockchain, crypto, Web3, all of these things, you get really skilled and proficient in those areas, you're set. You're gonna naturally build a high value network, and it'll come effortlessly, it'll come naturally, as long as you're someone who isn't scared to, you know, put yourself out there and actually talk to people, and your social skills don't completely suck. You will be able to effortlessly build a fantastic network. By mastering what you know first, you will then improve the level of who you know naturally. Okay, that's the lesson for today. Have that in mind as you go through life. Have that in mind, like, every single day. You know, what is it that you can become more proficient in? What is a specific skill that you really want to master? And the more you master it, the more it's going to increase your chances of getting to know other people who are maybe even more ahead of you, or need a bit of help, because they may be really, really good in another industry, but they need a bit of help in like your specific industry that you're super skilled in. That is how you're gonna basically get a super solid network. It's all value exchange at the end of the day, right? Life is all about value exchange. It's like, what can you do? What can I do? How can we collaborate? How can we help each other? How can we improve each other's lives, make each other's lives easier, and build great friendships in the process, literally. So yeah, get out there, master a skill if you're not already, or if you are already on that path, make sure that you continue mastering it, and make sure you make it your mission to become the best in the industry, right? That's what you've got to think, like, just become the best at whatever it is you're doing. And that little bit of knowledge, that initial skill set that you become really, really good at, that what you know is what's going to get you in the door initially to be able to meet people who can take you to that next level, literally just through sheer connections and network, because that is literally what gets you to those big levels, is actually who you know, right? What you know can only take you so far to some extent, but it's super necessary. It's a prerequisite to then get to then be able to get to know these people that will get you to those bigger levels, right? So yeah, there's no shortcuts really. You want to go through that process. You want to respect the process, trust the process, and it will all naturally happen. See you in the next video.